Today and the next few days are going to be very hectic. I haven't done a challenge that requires a full 24 hours yet, but it's always the first time for everything. Now, I'm not gonna do too much and try to do 24 hours straight, you know, because that's the easiest way to probably get me not to read, because I'm stressed out so much about the fact that I'm not reading within the 24 hours that I just won't read for the full 24 hours. Not gonna lie, those type of challenges stress me out to a point where I just shut down. But what we are gonna do is stop the timer whenever we're not reading and start the timer whenever we are reading. So it can be a course of, I'm hoping, at least 2 days, 2 to 3 days, hopefully. But if not that, I guess we're gonna go for a whole week. But within that time, I hope we can finish a few books. I do have 2 physical books and then a few digital books as well, depending on what I can get through. I have these 2 physical books. It is Finding Mr. Perfect, and it's like a play on words with the purr, like, you know, because the cat. It's real cute. And I have Soul Searching by Lila Sage. I do in fact have 3 Tia Williams books that I want to read. I have not read any Tia Williams books at all before. I have A Love Song for Ricky Wilde. I have 7 Days in June, and also have The Missed Connection, which is an anticipated read for me. I was cut off from what I was saying. I don't remember what I was talking about or saying before my camera died. I just stopped the whole video because it was making me severely upset. I can't stand the yellow light, so I could not continue to talk to y'all without my light. Instead of just yip yapping, at this point it is 2:13, so it is a lot, like 2 hours later than when I wanted to start. Within that time, I did decide that I'm going to read Finding Mr. Perfect, mostly because I feel like it's going to be a cutesy one, and I'd rather get this out of the way than to read like a book that I am more likely to like. Because I think it'd be cute, but I don't think it'd really be a 4 or 5 star for me. I see this being a 3 star. But 3 stars are so decent to me. I liked it, but not enough to recommend it. That's what my 3 stars are. And that's what I think this might be. So I'd rather get it out the way, because I think I would really love Soul Searching by Lila Sage. I think I would really like that one. So save that one for last. Get this out of the way first. It looks like it's going to be a really quick read, just by how the words are. Hi. I thought there would have been like a 24-hour one, but apparently not. Yeah, there isn't at all. It says 23:59:59. That's as far as it goes, so I guess that's where we're starting it at. So yeah, let's start it up. Hey y'all, it is a good few hours later. I know I was talking about how I wanted to try to get a chunk of reading done today. That did not happen. I'm only almost 2 hours into the reading. My timer says 22 hours and 39 minutes left. And oh, I completely forgot to hold the mic. Wow. I am now on chapter 5, and so far I am liking how it's coming up. It's not like a real enemies, like it's like a frenemies. That's what it says on the back. Frenemies plus fake dating equals falling for the wrong person for the right reasons. So I guess you can call it frenemies. From the very start of like knowing who the characters are and how they're connected, it's kind of like a one-sided feel of it all, because the main character, Will, he likes her. From the first time he met her, he was very much smitten, you know? So on his half of things, it wasn't really a thing where he didn't really like her as much. Like, there was no conflict, basically, I'm trying to say. But it was for the female main character, Charity. She kind of would rather stay away because he seems like he's more of the player type and she's not really for that. So she just keeps her distance, and that's really how it's been. And now they're on vacation. It started off they were going on vacation. They happen to be on vacation together due to the best friend, which is also his sister, having other plans. So they stayed away from each other basically the whole vacation, except for I think this is their last night there, and it's for New Year's Eve. There's a party, and she ended up saying, you know what, YOLO, I'll go with him. So right now they're at the New Year's Eve party, just chatting it up. And honestly, I like their banter. It's like you can tell that there was never really no tension whenever they met, like from the very start. It's just simply they just didn't talk much, and that's literally all it was. So the banter, it's real smooth. They're able to talk to each other with ease. It's not really too unrealistic, I should say. It's pretty good. I do like it a lot. But like I said, I am only on chapter 5, and there's like tiny details that I do like each chapter there's like I need to stop saying like. I know I said like a lot. But on each chapter there is a recipe because she owns a bakery, so there's different recipes, and it's pretty cool. On chapter 5 it says Catitude fruit tart because it's a cat cafe. It's not just like a regular bakery or whatever. It's a cat cafe, and that's really cool. It's not like full recipes, but like dessert names, a little bit of text to describe what the baked good is. It says, this sweet treat will remind you of your favorite calico. Even when they're small and tart, you still want another one. Or hopefully it stays on the high side for me. I don't really want it to get boring. Like I said, I'm only on chapter 5. Their banter is pretty good. I really don't want it to be like for most of the book he's chasing her and she's being stupid about it, because I'm sorry, in this situation you can tell what type of man you have just by how he is whenever you don't want him. Realistically, like there's a big difference between, oh, they see that you're not chasing them so they want you, but whole time they're talking to someone else too, and a man that's completely smitten to a point where he don't care about everyone else, he just cares about you. And there's a big difference in that, and you can see with just interactions. Just continue to talk to them, continue to get to know them, spend time with them, and like after a while their front will fall, if there is a front to begin with. If there is, oh well, I only want her because I can't have her, but like I still have Tiffany on the side. Or if I really want her and I want to show her that I'm not the person she thinks I am. Hopefully it's not annoying to me, because for some reason the stories, whenever the female is so annoyingly ignorant to the fact that this man wants to cater to her in all ways, just girl, take a hint. I get that you're trying to coddle your feelings, but please take a hint, because what in the hell? It's getting annoying now. At this point, girl, don't let me take them. Let me take them, girl, because you about to piss me off. I'm not really planning on staying up too late tonight. It is currently 10:30, so I guess that's considered late for some people, but that's not really late for me. I am probably going to stay up until, I'm not even going to put a time limit on it. I don't know how long I'm going to stay up. Imagine. Oh my God. So they're sitting here talking about like the different types of people that they've gone out with. Well, Will's talk about it mostly because Charity, she don't want to talk about it. She knows it makes her real sad. She don't want to really talk about it. So Will's talking about his just delight in the load, making her try to make her feel comfortable, and telling her about like the different dates and stuff he's went on. And he said that he was with someone that opened several credit cards in his name. Where do y'all find these people? Because that's insane. Hey y'all, it's the next day and I did start reading a little bit. Not too much. I did want to come and give y'all a little update because I was reading late last night and got to chapter 15 last night. So I don't know, I was in the mood to read. I got up this morning, cleaned the kitchen, made some food, and I'm just in the mood to read, trying to get this time down. I'm at the 20-hour mark now. Well, I have 20 hours left, I should say. And hopefully I can knock a good chunk of the time down today, because I don't really have much else to do today. I do have to go to the store at some point, but that shouldn't take long. So far, within the book, we have gotten to the fake dating phase of it all. And I like it. I like it just because I like their banter. I like the banter of the two main characters just because there's obvious tension there, especially how things left off whenever they were on vacation. I feel as though it flows easily because, like, the male main character was basically like, well, since we're gonna be fake dating, I'm gonna pull out all the stops. Realistically, he's just doing what he wants to do to her regardless, but in her mind it's fake dating. But then a piece of her is like, is this just him acting, or is this how he really feels? But she's feeding into it. She's not really being weird about it. She's not being very annoyingly ignorant to the whole thing, like how he's acting. Then again, it's still the beginning. This is their first time actually being out in public, like trying to show her parents, like, oh yeah, I got a man, stay out of my love life. And the crazy thing is, the parents aren't even around yet, and they're sitting here practicing kissing and being close to each other. Like, be so for real. You know that I know that we all know what's going on. Why didn't y'all tell me that was sticking up? I'm sitting over here looking like alfalfa. It's real cute. It's having me smiling a little bit at the banter. It's very realistic writing, I should say, because I've read a few books where, like, dialogue felt very Disney Channel-esque. Like, we know that you would never say that. Why are you saying that? Or even bordering the lines of, like, Lifetime movie, like, conversations. And it's just, come on. Realistically, people don't talk like that, so please. And I do like the writing style very much. She writes really good so far. I am enjoying this book. I feel like I could speed through it if I just lock in, and that's the plan, truly. I want to read at least 2 books in this video within the 24 hours, which would be cool. But let's not try to place a goal on ourselves, because that's whenever we get stressed out and overstimulated, and all of a sudden this video is going to be up in 4 months. Hey y'all, it's a good bit later. It is 8:52 right now p.m. and I have been reading a bunch. I am 91% into the book and I'm loving it. She's pretty good. We're just hoping to see that the ending doesn't disappoint me right now. As for the time, we are basically exactly 16 hours left to go. 16 hours, 1 minute, 54 seconds is what we're on. So, like I said, I did get a chunk done, and I'm on chapter 38. I do really still like the banter. We've gotten to the part where the two main characters, they have split, but they're both deeply regretting their decisions to split. Charity, the female main character, she's off doing some type of TV show that's going to help her in the long run if she wins. So she's like, I think it said 500 miles away from each other. So they're both equally kind of sad. Well, very much sad and deeply regretting their decisions. It's kind of hard to talk about it without giving the full plot, because I don't want to say too much, because this is a really good book. I would recommend it for sure. There was a few things that I wanted to talk about while I was reading, but I completely forgot because it's been a few hours. Whenever reading like a book like this, that's like enemies to lovers, blah blah blah, and there's like the slight breakup that happens between majority of books, like once they, like the fake dating of it all, they stop talking and then realize, oh well, I want to continue talking to this person. It's always very dramatic, I feel like I could say. Like the way of expression, just like it's dramatic and also unrealistic, because if you think realistically, having to end something that you feel is bad, but then people around you, family, friends, they're continuously asking like, what's going on? I thought y'all two were good. And just like that build up feeling that usually builds up in a person, you it's hard to contain that feelings, that feeling. So most of the time you blow up on people that don't deserve it. This is probably the first book that I've read so far that's portrayed that pretty well without it being too dramatic or too like harsh, just like overly disrespectful and just not realistic. But the way that they portrayed it in this book was more realistic than I think it could be. If your mom being somebody that like, she's like, well, I'm only getting older, I would like to experience the luxury of having grandkids. Of course, it's also a trope that happens in these books all the time, of the parents basically trying to push the kid into either a relationship or say, hey, I want grandkids, so when is that going to happen? Just like the whole blow up scene, it kind of it touches your heart to a point where like you don't hate the main character, you feel bad for them, but at the same time you're slightly irritated because it's like, come on now, if it weren't for you doing what you did, you wouldn't be in this situation in the first place. But it's not like an overly irritating plot that'll make a book kind of, now you're a bad guy because why would you say that, why would you do that, even if at the end is happily ever after, I'm still mad at you for doing that. And the author did not portray that main character in that light at all. You still feel overly bad for him while also being slightly irritated because you didn't have to do that, I don't know if y'all know. I'm saying like you're gonna know, but I don't know if you know. We're going to finish this book, and I'm most likely gonna start a second book. I did get 2 new books today, y'all. So we can talk about that after I finish this book and we choose what we're gonna read next. We're going to read, I do got myself a Monster Energy. It's the orange dreamsicle flavor, and she is bop. She is bussin'. She's bop. What? Girl, let me stop trying to use lingo whenever I really don't know how. She is magically delicious, very delectable. That's what she is. Did y'all hear that? I wonder if the mic can pick up the gulp or the sizzle. Y'all heard that? I'm thinking, since I'm 91% into the book, I can possibly finish this within the next 45 minutes. I am a slow reader. Other than all the extra distractions of me having to stop reading, I am a pretty slow reader, because most people can read a book like this in like 2 to 4 hours, and I'm already crossing the 5-6 hour threshold. I'll give myself 45 minutes, see if we can finish this, and I'll come back to y'all and talk about my ending thoughts and my ratings. It's been like probably only 20 something minutes. I had to do something, not for too long, but I forgot to pause the timer, so the time is a lot farther down than what I actually read. But we are at 15:31, 55. Still have a good bit of time left, and I finished Finding Mr. Perfect. Now, she was cute. Now, I feel like I give out so many 5 stars that I kind of second guess my rating scale. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like, to me, I have to not get the ick throughout the book for me to want to put down the thing, or I have to be completely uninterested at parts of the book for me to put down the rating. Now, this whole book, I have been interested and I have not gotten bored. I had slight irritations, but not as bad as other books that I've read where I'm just like, be so for real, like I'm pissed off. And on top of that, she was cute. I like how she ended. And I like how, like, the characters, even if it wasn't the main characters, the side characters, they've had plot points that, like, went somewhere, you know. It didn't really not go anywhere. It's like a bunch of character development throughout the whole book, throughout all the characters, while also still focusing on the main characters, which I really do love. I loved it. And yeah, I think she's going to be a 5-star for me, just because it was cute. It was a cute little read. I liked it. And this is something I feel like I'd reread just for that coziness of it all. It's a sweet book. And I'm somebody that do like baking. I want to start baking more from scratch other than like getting box stuff. So I liked it. I liked it. It was cute. I don't have much to say really. Like I said though, 5-star. Yup. Okay, like I told y'all, I did get 2 more books. I'm pretty sure I brought up Soul Searching by Lila Sage at some point, but we all know how it goes. If you read, once you get new books, you want to read a new book, not a book that you've already had. And I feel like I don't know. I feel like this would be a cute book, but at the same time, I kind of want to get into Dungeon Crawler Carl. But at the same time, this is an 8-book series. And if I like it so much but can't get my hands on the second book, it'll just piss me off. So I feel like but at the same time, if I didn't like the book enough to want to read the second book, why would I buy the second book before I read the first book? You know? I need to think logically. But I feel like this is something that'd be cool to read. It's different from what I've been reading. I've been reading a bunch of romances. I've read like one thriller. But I think I want to take a step from the romances, because technically these other 2 books that I have are romances. Even if this one is like a cozy romance type thing, like cozy fantasy romance type thing. But I don't think I want to read this yet, just because there's like a whole backstory to this author. Okay, so if you've watched my last video, I finished the Tomes and Tea series by Rebecca Thorne, and I was talking about how she just made a new book, which is going to be a series, and I was so very sad. It's like a bittersweet moment finishing the Tomes and Tea series, because I fell in love with Keanth and Raina, so it was real bittersweet, and I took over a year to even read that book because I didn't want to let them go. I had such a connection that I didn't want to break. So I finally read that, and I was so sad. But this book came out last month, June 30th to be exact, and I found it at Walmart today. So of course I had to pick her up because I love Rebecca Thorne, and I miss her writing already. So we're gonna keep up and get this while it's still fresh and new. Read it, so by the time the second book comes out, I know what I'm getting into. First of all, did I even tell you what it's called? It's called Lost in Space. I'm very particular about how books feel, and both of these books have the texture that I don't really enjoy too much. It's kind of like a scratchy material, and I don't really like just rubbing them against each other. I don't like it. But these 2 books were actually pretty anticipated reads. I have been not really looking into this series, but I've seen a lot of people talk about it. I've seen the bright color covers like everywhere on people's shelves, in the stores, and I took a gander and did a quick read through about what it was going to be about. When I say quick, I mean quick. I still really don't know what it's going to be about. I just know that it's like an apocalypse. That's all. That's really all I know. So I felt like it's going to be something different, but also something entertaining. And like I said, it's an 8-book series. So this is something that I don't mind getting into. And I want to wait for Lost in Space, and I want to wait for Soul Searching. So I think this is going to be the next book I start. Yeah, I'm excited. This is something completely different. So it's going to be like a palate cleanser between all the romances that I've read. And I do want to say this, Finding Mr. Perfect is completely zero spice. Like, it's real sweet, the banter, like they're real close. You can tell that they are sexually active, of course, but there wasn't any any spicy scenes at all in the book. And I'm sorry, I probably sound congested. Allergy season, you know, all the pollen. It's kicking my butt right now. If you want something that has no spice but also very cute and it doesn't feel like a YA romance, this is probably the way to go because the characters are in their 30s. I'm just yip yapping. This is not what the video is about. We're supposed to be seeing how many books we can read. So let's get this one started because I probably won't get that much into it tonight. Hey y'all, it is the next day and it is 9 o'clock a.m. I did read a good bit last night to a point where I got 14 hours left on the timer. I think that's like 2 or so hours that I read last night, and I ended up getting to chapter 5. And so far, I am really enjoying it. It is completely different than what I've read, honestly, ever. Getting to understand what's going on and learning the system of the different levels and stuff. Carl's met the, I forgot what they call them, but like the guide, the tutorial person, the person that's supposed to tell him how the game works. He's met him and we've learned how different levels work and basically what he should expect going further down into the dungeon. I feel like it's really cool the way that they have everything set up, down to the fact that they use their minds to control things, which is crazy. And it's completely something that I have to grasp my head around. And it's kind of like it makes you feel like you're inside of the book, because as much as you're confused, the main character, Carl, is also just as confused. So whenever I'm like, what the heck does that mean? Literally in the next line, he's like, okay, so what does that mean? So it feels really nice to be seen. And it's making me understand the book more. And that's probably why it took me 2 hours to get to chapter 5, because I'm trying to really digest everything that's going on instead of trying to just take it all down, and by like the next hour I don't even remember what's going on or why something's happening whenever it was explained already. My plan is to get back reading, but before we do that, I have to try to call the vet, and I have to take my dog to the vet because one of his bandages came loose after he had surgery and I need them to fix it, but they didn't want to answer me. So I'm giving them a few minutes because technically I did call right at 9 as soon as they opened. So that's probably why. So I'm going to give them a little bit. I'm going to try to call up there to see if they have any availability to fix the bandages. And after I get back to the house, we're going to continue reading. Hey y'all, I literally just finished Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I liked her. And I have an hour and 45 minutes left on the clock. It did take me a while to read the book because, like I said before, I was trying to digest everything to know the way of the world, to be honest. Because getting into a high action or high fantasy book, there's made up words, made up places, made up phrases that if you don't pay attention, it's like through one ear and out the other, you know? And I really wanted to grasp onto this book to really understand, to know if I want to further my read into this series. And short answer, yes, I really do. I do want to continue reading the series because it ended off on a cliffhanger. and I don't really do too kind to those. Originally, I was going to wait to get the physical copy because I only like paperbacks and I need to get the paperback version of the second book, but in every store they have this in, they're all hardcover. So I was gonna wait to try to get the paperback on like Amazon or something, but I think I'm gonna try to see if I can download it on my tablet and start reading it after my next read. I wanted to start it like immediately right now, but I joined a book club from one of my favorite YouTuber. She started a book club on Fable, so I joined, and our book of the month was picked on the 1st of August, and we're going to be reading Funny Story by Emily Henry, and I want to use this last hour and 45 minutes to start reading that book to see how far I can get into that, and so I can start discussing the chapters with everyone else in the chat. And I did have to download it on my tablet because I don't have the physical book, and I don't want to go and buy the physical book. Not right now. I might buy it later on if I like it and I want it as a trophy, but for now I'm just gonna read it on my tablet. I only read one Emily Henry book, and it was Beach Read, and it was pretty good. I think I rated it 4 or 5 star. It was a pretty high rating for me. So with that being the first type of writing that I read from her, I did enjoy it. Now, I also heard that a bunch of her books are kind of similar, so I'm just hoping to see if Funny Story's different from that, which I feel like it might be. I don't know anything about the story. It got chosen in book club, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm just gonna read it. I don't know what's gonna happen. We have officially finished out the 24 hours of this 24-hour readathon. I was able to finish 2 books and also start a third. These are the 2 books that we ended up finishing during this video. We read Finding Mr. Perfect, and I'm pretty sure I rated this a 4 star. I'm checking right now because I want to make sure I have my ratings right in my head. Yes, I rated this one a 4 star, which she was cute. I really do like the fake dating aspect of these romance books, and I find myself unknowingly reading a bunch of fake dating books, which is crazy, but I eat it up every single time, like every single time. And every single time I read a fake dating book, it's no less than a 4 star. They're either 4 or 5 stars for me. So this one, she was really cute, and I love the cover too on top of that. So adorable. And then the next book I read was this one, which was completely out of what I'm used to reading. I'm usually reading romance, fantasies, and this one's like a sci-fi type book, which I thoroughly enjoyed to a point where I cannot wait to get into the second book and the third and the fourth. I just want to see what's going on, because it did end in like a cliffhanger on both the actual story, and then there's like a segment that is like a different plot point at the end of this book that also ended on a cliffhanger, and I'm going to get the rest of that book at the end of the second book. So like there's 2 different cliffhangers in the same book. I'm ready for the next one, but I am a paperback girly, and the paperback for the second book does not come out until August 4th, which is crazy because all of these books have been out since forever. Like it's been years now, and there's not even a paperback for the second book, but it comes out in a few days. So that's something that I do want to pick up and then read soon, real soon. And the third book that I started was Funny Story by Emily Henry. It is actually my book club pick of August. It is currently actually, I don't think I told y'all the date at all, since I don't even know when, but it is August 2nd. It took me a minute to get through this 24 hours just because I have a lot going on. I have 8 dogs and a baby. So there's times where I just either can't get to pick up a book, or I'm just so tired that I don't pick up my book. And when I do pick up the book, I just do little segments to show that I am indeed reading. But it did take a few days to get through this readathon, but at least we got through it. I did read 24 hours, not straight technically, but this is how much I did read in a 24-hour period of just reading. So I feel like I did pretty good. I finished 2 books and also started a 3rd, which I'm loving, by the way. I didn't even know Funny Story was a fake dating trope, but apparently it is. And once again, I'm eating it up. Eating it all the way up. I'm loving it. I'm in love with Miles. Miles is a cute little character. He's not making me hate him at all. Usually with romance books, you low-key don't like the male main character, or like something about him gives you the ick. Honestly, he's given sweetheart to me. I'm only on chapter 9 though, so I'm not that far into it, but just the way that he was introduced and his personality, he's not angry, or I can't say he's not like the relationship aspect of the last relationship he was in ending. He's not sour about it. I can't say that, but he handles his feelings way better than an average man when it comes to the way that the last relationship ended. I don't really want to give it away just because yes, it's a fake dating, but like the whole point to getting to the fake dating is a good plot point of the story. I don't want to give away if you've never read Funny Story, but I like how he can reserve his feelings and not act irrationally, other than the being completely okay with fake dating to go to this said event, which is not really too salty about something. It's petty revenge, but like in the calmest way possible. And I like that he is more of a calm MMC instead of like rageful and angry and spiteful, you know? He has like that soft side to him. He's like a golden retriever, and it's real cute, it's real sweet, and I'm loving it. Now, there's not really much to say about the female main character because all of them are basically the same. Us girls just know. If you know, you know. We're all the same. All of us girls are the same. We're sad as hell about the breakup with our last partner and just don't know what to do with ourselves. And that's why I like Miles so much, because he's basically getting her out of a state of sadness that she is in and would not get out of unless having that person to tell her, hey, let's do this, instead of moping in our room, you know? So I'm enjoying this book so far, and I'm happy that this was our book club pick because I wouldn't have picked it up otherwise. It's something on my TBR, like on my Goodreads TBR that I have saved, and it's been saved for over a year now, but I don't think I would have picked it up anytime soon on my own if it wasn't a book club pick. So I'm happy it was the pick for August because I am enjoying myself, and as soon as I end this video, I'm gonna continue reading because it's just that good. I don't know if I said it. I had completely glossed over it, but I don't know if I said it. Did I? But anyway, this book is a 5-star for me. I did enjoy it. It's like since I can't do like half ratings on Goodreads, it's a 5-star on Goodreads, and I gave it a 4.75 on Fable, just because I just know other books are going to be slightly better than this. This is just an introduction telling you about how the dungeon is, why they're even there, what's going on, and just like the beginning character building of it all. So it was a good book. In my eyes, it is a 5-star, very close to a 5-star, but I just know that other books are going to be better. Just because of the cliffhangers, things are going to get juicy in the next books, and I cannot wait for it. So therefore, she is on the high scale, but I just know the other ones are going to be higher in my eyes. I don't know if I should change it to a 4-star on Goodreads just because of that. I'll think about it. But for right now, it's labeled as 5-star. I think that's going to be all for today. We're going to end off this video because I need to start my other videos, which I am severely behind. I needed to do a TBR video for August, and it's already August 2nd, and I just finished the 24-hour readathon. So I'm a little behind, but we need to prep for that next video and end this one off. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to follow me on any of my socials, including Goodreads and Fable, which I will add to my Linktree. I haven't added it yet, but everything's going to be on my Linktree down in the description. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.